Okay, so we've now going to come to the point where we're going to do our access ports. Now we've already done our VLANs on here, so we have VLAN 100 and VLAN 200 already. So we've done VLAN 100 and VLAN 200, and these are on all the current devices that we've got at the moment. So we have it on this device and this device, and all these devices have the VLAN 100 and 200 already on them, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we want. But now we need to do our actual access ports now. Now the thing is, all these links here, and here, and of course these ones are going to be trunk ports, which we'll do in the next video. So what we're going to concentrate on now is these ports right here at the bottom, because these are going down to the compute layer at the bottom there to our actual servers. So what we need to be mindful of this is that these devices here are going to be sending traffic untagged to the switch, and the switch is then going to tag them on the interfaces. So let's pick on server 6. So server 6 will send untagged traffic up to the switch. This port will then tag the customer's traffic, or whichever traffic is coming from server 6, with whichever VLAN ID that particular interface has been assigned to. So what we're going to do is we're going to set all these 6 interfaces up as access ports, and how we have it, we have oops, that shouldn't be a let's just scrub that out. Sorry, here we go. So we're going to have XE 0/0/7 are these ones, and XE 0/0/8 are these here. So what we're going to do, these are going to be 100, 100, 100, and these are going to be 200, 200, and 200. Okay, so let's get cracking onto the command line and get this done. So let's bring our command line up, and we're going to start with leaf 1. So first thing we're going to do is to go into configuration mode, and we're going to deal with connection to server 1 first, which is XE 0/0/7. So we're going to do set interface XE 0/0/7. We need to now do the logical unit. So it's unit 0, and then we go to our family, and if we do a question mark, we see we have our Ethernet switching right here. So Ethernet switching, which is what we're going to use right there. Okay, so we do our Ethernet switching, and now we need to tell it what interface mode we want it to actually be in. So do interface mode, so we can tab that out, and if we do a question mark, we only have the option of access and trunk. So what we're going to do, we're going to choose access, and now what we're going to do, if we do a question mark here, we're going to see where we have VLAN. So we have VLAN here, but not storm control. So we have VLAN, so we're going to choose VLAN, and then do another question mark, and we don't need to use our auto sense or overwrite, so we're going to do a space and no question mark, and it's asking us for members. Now this is what sets it apart from MX series routers, is that you don't do members, you'll do a VLAN ID or VLAN ID list. On the EX series switches and the QFX series switches, we actually use the members statement, the members, and now we put in the VLAN that we want it to be in. Now we can do this in one or two ways. We can either put in the name of the VLAN, So in this case, this will be customer 1, or we can put the VLAN ID, which is 100. So let's leave this one as 100. So let's do our customer VLAN for VLAN, customer 2 for VLAN 200. So let's do set interface XE 0/0/8 unit 0 family Ethernet switching interface mode. So if I do enter and tab, as we say, we need to use the separator for these two commands is the F. So if I do enter, then F, and then tab, so interface mode access, and then we have VLAN members, it's customer 2. Now the output looks slightly different because I paused the video briefly, because when I done this command, firstly I didn't put a capital C for customer 2. I put a lowercase c, and of course that errored out because the naming convention has to be exactly the same as how you set the actual name when you created your VLANs in the first place. So we're going to do customer 2. Now let's do a show pipe compare. Excellent. Now we can see that we have our XE007. It's been set for the family, or unit 0 has been set for the family of Ethernet switching. The interface mode is access. The VLAN members is set to 100, and we've done the same configuration on XE008, but we've set the VLAN members to customer 2 or cust2, which we know is assigned to VLAN 200. So when this is committed, what this will mean is that any untagged traffic from server 1 going to leaf 1 is going to automatically be tagged with a VLAN ID of 100, and any traffic coming from server 2, which is also going to be untagged, will be tagged on the port of the corresponding VLAN ID of cust2, which in this case is going to be 200. So let's commit this. Let's do a commit check first, and we should see that goes through fine. And let's commit. Fantastic. Okay, let's jump on to leaf 2 and do exactly the same thing. And leaf 3 I will do offline. You don't need to see it done on 3 switches. So let's do our CLI, and let's do our conf for configure, and let's do a set interface XE 0/0/7 unit 0 family Ethernet switching the F interface mode access VLAN members, and it's going to be, we'll do this one as customer 1, cust1, and let's do set interface XE 0/0/8 unit 0 family Ethernet switching interface mode access VLAN members 200. Sweet. And let's do a commit check. Brilliant. Let's commit this. Okay, so this is how we set up our access ports on the QFX and the EX series switches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump off now, and I'm going to configure leaf 3. And in the next video, what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at our trunk ports, which are going to be all the ports, that are leading out from leaf 1, 2 and 3 into the actual spines. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.